Hey everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. I'm out here in my garden today and I thought that I would talk about my top picks for what seeds you can grow this June because it just turned June and I'm going to be starting a lot of these seeds in my garden. So I narrowed it down and I have 12 on my list that you can plant pretty much no matter what zone you are in. I'm in zone 7, but pretty much wherever you are, these are some seeds that you can get started this month. So I do want to mention, first and foremost, if you haven't already downloaded our Seed to Spoon app, make sure you check it out because it'll give you exact planting dates for your location. So there's no guessing or anything like that because zone to zone can be even different too. You never know. So it'll give you more exact data based on your closest weather station and it'll calculate everything out for you. So first on my list is actually bush beans, and I will take you over to where I actually started some bush beans the other day, and I don't think any have popped up yet because I just quite literally started them like 2 days ago. So right here, this opening right here, I have a bunch of bush beans that I've transplanted out right there. I used a seeding square, got it all organized and pretty. It's gonna look amazing. But you can continue to go through and do rounds of bush beans pretty much no matter where you are. And it's definitely one of my favorite things to do what's called succession planting with. So I go through and I plant out a bunch of them just like I did over here. And then I actually was working on right back here getting some more spaces cleared out because I'm going to do another round of bush beans here very soon, probably in like a week or so. I like to do that so I can kind of spread my harvests around a little bit. Next on the list, number 2. So one of my biggest things that I always miss in the summertime is any sort of spinach. So I always grow some alternative to spinach as well. So there's 2 different alternatives to spinach that you can grow, and there's Malabar spinach as well as New Zealand spinach. So Malabar spinach, you do want to make sure that it is pretty warm. So those are going to be for zones like 6 and 7 up. But New Zealand spinach you can pretty much do regardless of where you are. So it's just a really good alternative whenever your actual spinach is bolting. Those ones can grow really well. And I actually have some on this trellis over here. I have some Malabar spinach that I started by seed just the other day. And hopefully it's going to be growing up that trellis and taking over very soon. And I can get some greens back. Okay, I moved again for my number 3 pick, which is summer squash. And I have that right here, right behind me. And I am a huge fan of all sorts of zucchini and the yellow summer squash. Like all of them are so good. The only thing you have to really worry about is battling those squash bugs sometimes, which can be a disaster. But side note, I do have a video that I will link to in the description that can help you battle the squash bugs too, or squash vine borers as well. I'll link to both videos because I have videos specifically on those ones, but it is extremely rewarding and you get so many zucchinis and squashes, and there's so many amazing things that you can do and cook with them and bake with them even. It's such a unique experience that I love to do. And by the way too, if you are looking for recipes for your zucchini, if you have a whole bunch, I have actually a recipe section in the Seed to Spoon app that you can go through and look up all of these they are tried and true recipes right from my kitchen that I've grown in my yard, from zucchinis I've grown in my yard. I've made a whole bunch of unique things, including like zucchini pizza bites and cookies, brownies, you name it, I've done it probably. There's always something random that people throw in. So if there's some unique recipe, pop it into the chat because I love zucchini recipes. So give me all your favorites. So while we're on the topic of summer squash, I'm going to move to my next pick, which is winter squashes. So I love all of these. These include things like acorn squash, spaghetti squash. I love growing these, and now is like the perfect time to start it. You need to make sure that you get these seeds in the ground so that way they are done by fall and you can get a good harvest in. Now these tend to be more, again, for the warmer climates, but you can still be growing them, especially if you have some sort of protection for them whenever it gets too cold in the fall, before you've gotten too much of a harvest. But those are definitely some seeds that I'm going to be starting this month as well. June is also the perfect time to be starting your pumpkins. So whether you're growing these huge pumpkins for huge jack-o'-lanterns or like the really large, like I've seen like the 100-pound ones, those are fun. Or just the miniature ones, regardless of what ones you're growing, it is the perfect time to start them now. If you want to get the pumpkins in before Halloween, if you want some decorations for the fall, or if you want to be eating them around that time frame too, it's perfect to get started now. Okay, I'm on the other side of my garden now because I'm right next to a cucumber that I have growing right here in this grow bag. This is in one of my smart pots, and it is going to be growing up one of these cattle panel arch trellises that I have, and I am so excited. I absolutely love to grow them vertically because it saves so much space. They can get so large and vine a lot, but they are definitely worth growing. They taste so good. I absolutely love them. And of course, we have to mention cucumbers. Cucumbers are something that are super easy to direct seed and direct sow right outside. And I usually plant them again. They need a trellis, so I plant them again. I have these right here. These are just cattle panels that are on its side. I plant them either along these, because I have some more back here too, or I do them along those cattle panel arch trellises that I showed you earlier. But as long as you have space for them to grow vertically, you're great. And cucumbers, I love growing all different kinds. There's those little snackable ones, there's pickling ones, there's slicing ones, there's a lot of different varieties. So definitely check them all out. They're awesome. So if you've ever wanted to start corn and grow corn, now is the perfect time to get it started. If you are growing it, make sure you grow plenty of it together so that way it can help to pollinate each other, because that's a mistake we've made in the past by only growing like a single row of them or anything like that. So if you do have space for corn, make sure to give that a try and grow plenty of them together so that way you get full kernels. It'll taste incredible. There seriously is something about eating like corn on the cob directly from the vine or from the plant without even cooking it even. It tastes like almost milky. It is so good. Basil is another one that I absolutely love. That is an amazing summer herb that you can pretty much grow anywhere as long as it's warm, and it will thrive in the heat. I have a lot of different lots of different basil growing everywhere, because pretty much wherever I grow a tomato, I always have basil. It is like one of the perfect companion plants. And so I use it for peppers, for tomatoes, for eggplants, for all of those. I am always planting a bunch of basil around them. And I use them in the kitchen as well as just perfect for companion plants. They help bring in pollinators and all of that. Like they're very, very good and versatile herbs to have around. And now is the perfect time to get them started. And of course, no garden is complete without any sort of flowers. And I do need to make sure that I list off some of my favorite flowers. So first of all, right here, if you can see right behind me, we actually have a wild patch of sunflowers that just pop up. We get sunflowers wild everywhere. And so unfortunately, we do have to tame them down sometimes. But we did keep a big wild patch right behind me right here. And it is going to be gorgeous in no time. But having sunflowers it's amazing because it helps in so many different ways of helping to bring in pollinators to your garden. You will see so many bees, especially. I see bumblebees like everywhere whenever I have them, and that really helps your other plants flourish. So if you haven't started your sunflowers yet, definitely give them a try, and they're super simple to grow. If you honestly, I just go out and toss sunflower seeds whenever I do them, so you don't have to do that much to them. If you are having trouble germinating, sometimes people say, well, if you nick the seeds a little bit, they'll be or soak them or anything like that, it will help to increase the germination rate. But honestly, I usually just go out and toss the seeds. I'm all for the simple things, and it usually always works for me. And then I have to make sure that I mention cosmos. I absolutely love cosmos. They are gorgeous. I think I've said that I've loved every single one that I've mentioned today, but you get it. These were my favorite picks. I had to say I love them all, so I do. But cosmos, I really do love. They're, again, one of the super easy flowers to grow from seed. Again, I can literally just come out and toss them. They grow like wildflowers, and they encourage so many butterflies and just a lot of beauty around. I am a huge fan of cosmos, so definitely look into direct seeding some cosmos this year. And next, last but not least, are zinnias. One of my very personal favorites, again, I know, but these ones I absolutely love. I grow all sorts of different varieties of zinnias, from tall towering zinnias to miniature compact ones. I love all sorts of them, and I love these because they're amazing, first of all, again, at bringing in millions of butterflies. I kid you not. There will be so many butterflies in your garden if you plant these. And then they are really good too for cutting flowers. So if you want bouquets in your house, they are amazing sturdy stems. Like, they're perfect for cutting for bouquets and for things like that. My kids love to cut one before they go to school, bring them to their teachers. They love it. So it is definitely something that I recommend for everybody to grow. Again, it's a super simple plant to grow from seed. You can just go out there and toss seeds if you want, and let them go wild. That's usually my method of growing zinnias, and they flourish. So definitely try that out. Okay, so there you have it. Those were my top 12 picks. I hope that was 12. I think it was as I was going through. I may have mentioned more, but yeah, I get excited, as you can tell. I just love a lot of seeds that you can start this month. So it's really like one of the perfect times to be starting a lot of things from seed. So definitely get out in your garden and start a bunch of things that you can start in your area. And again, if you haven't downloaded the Seed to Spoon app, check it out, because it'll give you ideas on all of the things that you can start right now in your area, including things that I didn't talk about today. So make sure you check it out and let us know what you all are growing and going to be starting by seed this year in your garden. I'd love to hear it. See y'all next time. Bye.